Hi there, it's Kathy again. Yesterday we went ahead and talked about a little bit about forensic marketing, about this project that I've been working on to help a client discover why it takes so long for people to buy from them. Again, it's a high ticket item, it's 5-figure types of items, and while they have lower ticket items and everything, it's taking quite a while, years in fact sometimes, for people to buy even when they say that they're interested. So that's the problem that we were trying to solve. And fortunately enough, I just got done with a meeting here at the San Antonio Women's Club, and I thought, my gosh, the second part in the discovery of what is holding people back from buying is all about structure. It's all about website structure, and what better way to go ahead and show some ideas that I'm going to be talking about today than looking at the Women's Club, which is a 119-year-old organization, service organization here in the city of San Antonio. Of course, the house is actually, gosh, it was built for at least 10 years before the start of our organization. And so you've got a lot of things that are going on there that happen with businesses. One of the things that can happen easily is that you may have a website that was built 10 years ago, or even longer, or even if it was just 3 years ago, it may not be mobile responsive. It may not be conducive to the fact that, hey, you're sitting there on, your ideal clients, your ideal customers are sitting there on the other side of the phone or tablet rather than sitting at a desktop or a laptop computer to find out more about your company and your organization. So making it easy from that standpoint is one thing, but even more importantly is how you present that structure. So in this particular problem that we're trying to solve, this particular company has a multitude, let's just say, of websites. They've got various business lines that they're trying to communicate, and it gets really confusing as to, okay, so tell me, who is this company? Because in fact, even on Facebook, they would have 4 different identities showing up at the same time. So you didn't know who you really were working with as a consumer. And so when you approach a website, especially if you're talking retail, you want to make it easy for people to understand who you are, and in nanoseconds. Because if they don't understand in nanoseconds that you're there to solve their particular problems, their particular questions, their particular desires, then they're going to walk away. So for instance, here with the Women's Club, it's a service organization. Yeah, there's a social component to it. We're about service to our community. And when our members show up, they want to be able to easily get in the door. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of things. First, this is the main door. This is the main door, but you know what? Most people never go through that if they're members. Very few, about 20% of people walk through that door. Fortunately enough, there's also a ramp. So if you have a little bit of difficulty walking, or you've got a wheelchair, or you're using the rails, whatever, you've got that ease of access. But you know what? I didn't know that was actually over there. I've always gone ahead and approached it from the back door, which gets us into the basement, so you can take the elevator up to this floor and to our meeting floor right above. So one of the things that happens is that we get so ingrained, and like in this case, 119 years, we get so ingrained in what it means to be, providing a service or be a member of that service, that we put together, all sorts of ways of thinking about our business that may not be conducive to what the person on the other side of the ether is interested in. So for instance, somebody may be a guest or a prospective new member. They don't know. They've passed by the house. When they come to the event, they really don't know what to expect, and you really need to guide them, and that's where structure comes into play, in that by the process and the structure of what you're presenting to people allows them to, it can be either inviting or it can be confusing. One of the things that happens for a lot of folks is that they'll name the products and they'll name their services and they'll name things in a multitude of different ways. And so you don't know, well, am I buying or looking at X, or am I looking at Y? Because there's not a lot of consistency, because it's evolved over time. Naming conventions end up evolving over a vast period of time. So in this particular case, we had a committee meeting, and last time we had a committee meeting, our chairman said, we'll meet at the clubhouse. Now I'm thinking, is there another section of the property that I'm not really sure of? Because I'm not sure what clubhouse means. And so I asked, fortunately we had a meeting beforehand, and I found out, wait, that's what we affectionately call the women's club, is the clubhouse. Okay, so now I understand the little nuances, because from your perspective, these are nuances. From your customer's perspective, from the new person that you're trying to bring in, or maybe they're a new customer, they don't necessarily understand everything that you understand. And so being able to help guide them along that way, through your structure, through your messaging, through your content, is amazing. So, yes, we are getting the ambulance going by here on San Pedro. Or, no, it just turned off, no worries. So, I would ask you, what is standing in the way of people buying from you from a structural standpoint? Do you have something that they would probably really go ahead and latch onto and actually automatically buy if they saw it immediately, but you got it hidden off in another section of your website that's really hard to get to, and unless you send them an email, which may or may not open, they'll never know that they could sign up for this free webinar, that they could sign up for this product, that they could go ahead and get whatever, whether it's something, a value that's a low cost, or, even something that is your high dollar item. Do they have access to it? And what's standing in your way? So I would invite you to contemplate that question. I'll have part 3 coming soon, and I think you'll be especially intrigued by it. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's gorgeous. It's going to be hot, so watch it and get plenty of water, and I will see you later.